What up, y'all? How y'all feeling? What up? What up?
Hey.
Pavy is on vacation, so that is why
He out there working.
Huh?
He working.
He on vacation. Pavy on vacation right now. So I got a special guest host today. The homegirl, Just Be Shaynna, decided to come through the desk, join, talk with us today. So instead of seeing Pavy on this lovely Pavy cam, now y'all can look at Shaynna on the Pavy cam. There we go. Pose for him. There we go. Boom. Ooh. Hit him with the move. Ooh, hit him with the shoulders. But what's good, y'all? It's your boy TPJ. Welcome to the Morning Brew. Good morning to everybody where it's the morning time for you. Good afternoon to everybody on the East Coast. If you're watching us in London, if you're watching us around the world. If you're watching us around the world, feel free to drop a chat in the chat and let me know where you're at. And I'll be sure to give you a shout out. Once again, shout out to everybody that continues to donate. Just going to grab Shaynna's camera real quick, and I'm going to show y'all the wall. Look at the wall. It's filling up. It's filling up with donations. So shout out to the Brew crew. Thank you. We appreciate you for donating and for being a loyal fan of Hoops and Brews. As I told you before, every single time you guys donate, you help to get us new cameras, new microphones, provide you guys with better equipment. We also got a live action-packed show for you today. We're talking Nipsey Hussle. We're talking Boogie's injury. We're talking Nicki Minaj versus Joe Budden. We're talking the Epstein murder fiasco, as well as we're going to talk about whatever. Y'all can feel free to drop questions in. Shaynna is not a sports guru, so we're going to talk more culture today because she's not a sports guru. But if y'all do have sports questions, I will answer them. It's your boy TPJ. We're here. We're live on the Morning Brew. Let's do it.
I know a couple little things about sports.
All right. Yeah, I mean, talk to the people about your sports experience.
Yeah, I played ball my whole life. I'm a basketball star, sir. Excuse me.
Oh, my bad. Okay, talk to them about, what you do when you play basketball. How did that go?
I played basketball my whole life. I got all brothers, so you already know. But, I played power forward. I played 3, shooting guard. But, yeah, I'm from Chicago, too, so we all got hands.
Who's your favorite team?
Well, I got to say the Bulls just because I'm from Chicago. That is my favorite team all time. Second, it was Miami. Well, my favorite player is D-Wade.
Mine, too. Really? Who would have thought?
Yeah, all right, whatever. You just try to copy me now.
Oh, that's how you feel?
Yeah, no, D-Wade is my favorite player because I played at his high school before when I was...
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, I just didn't play against him.
All right, so go ahead, talk to the people and let the people know exactly, kind of who you are, what you do. You're on the Morning Brew. You see you got your name up there. I got your whole social app. Talk to the people about who you are, what you do, and just in general, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Shaynna. I'm a model out here in Los Angeles. I've been getting into acting as well. Hoops and Brews, they also produce for our talk show. I have a group of girls called the Hollywood Honeys. And the Hollywood Honeys is a women empowerment group out here in LA, and we just uplift, women of color and that are out here either by themselves or out here that are, don't really have the support, and so we out here to support everybody. We host, we give back to the community. Like I said, we have our talk show. It's called Highlight the Shade with the Hollywood Honeys. Mm-hmm. So I'm just out here, trying to live my dream, trying to live my best life.
All right, and who are your favorite athletes? What are your favorite sports memories?
Well, I just told y'all that my favorite athlete is, my favorite basketball player is D-Wade, but that's just like, he's all time for me. But I like Bron too. I heard he was a Bron hater.
Why you like Bron?
Cause he just represents like positivity for
Somebody said, Pavy said, F this, I'm tired. That's hilarious. Hey man, now actually Pavy's in Chicago. He is having his album release party tomorrow. At the Pillars Club store in the Northwest Loop. So make sure if you're in Chicago, go check out Pavy's album release. It's gonna be a great event. I actually worked on the album. My executive produced it. But yeah, man. So go ahead. I'm finna hop out because I got to make one quick camera adjustment. But go ahead, talk to the people. What are your favorite things in terms of culture, entertainment? Who are your favorite entertainers? All that kind of stuff. Talk to the people about who Shaynna is. Like, why should they care about what you got to say today? Talk to them.
Well, y'all gonna care what I say because I'm on the show. So that's one thing. Second of all, I mean, I mean, I'm a big sports fan just in general. Like I said, I have all brothers, and I just grew up in a household of football, sport, basketball, tennis, literally everything. I did it all, and yeah. So more of my family was in football, so I know a lot more. I mean, I don't know like a lot more about football, but I enjoy football, not just basketball. Even though, like I said, because I couldn't. If I could play football, I would have played football, but I couldn't. You
would get your ass tackled, clean tackle, bow.
And actually, I juke you out real quick.
You wouldn't be modeling at all. You out here looking bad. But
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Sure. But shout out to y'all for tuning into the Morning Brew. As I said, basically, the new goal for the Morning Brew is just to allow us to be able to talk more than just basketball, to be able to do things like bring guests like Shaynna onto the show, to be able to do things like incorporate a B-cam so that way we can, go from just being a proscenium, stage play type of thing like you see with Hoops and Brews to a full thing. So, obviously, we talk sports on the Morning Brew, but we also talk entertainment and we talk culture. Today, kind of to open up the show, I know Shaynna isn't like big on sports, but it's fine. We still, decided to hop on the stream. I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to open it up by talking about DeMarcus Cousins' injury. Now, Boogie Cousins is injured again with an apparent right knee injury. Adrian Wojnarowski tweeted this morning. He said, Lakers center DeMarcus Cousins has suffered a possible knee injury and will undergo further testing in Los Angeles, league sources tell ESPN. Cousins was working out in Las Vegas on Monday when it happened. And basically he suffered a knee injury and he's undergoing further tests. Now, as someone who's been an athlete and played basketball, have you had a knee injury?
No, I've only had ankle injuries.
Okay, so you actually the perfect person to talk about like leg injuries and stuff, because even with the ankle injury, right? DeMarcus has had an Achilles tear, and he's also torn his other quad from his other Achilles, and now he has a knee injury. When those knee things start happening like that, or things start to happen with your legs, what's that experience like as an athlete, and kind of how do you go about dealing with that and recovering? Because I do remember you telling me that you, that back when you were playing high school basketball, you had to always worry about spraining your ankles and stuff like that. So speak a little bit about like leg injuries and how you go about recovering from them and things of that sort.
Yeah, I mean that's literally everything that you need. Like your leg injuries are way serious, and I think that's something that you really have to take seriously and fully recover. A lot of people don't want to recover with it because they want to feel and they want to bounce back really quickly. But once something really goes, it's gone. So it's no shame of going to get the training and actually go and get recovery from it or getting physical therapy and stuff like that. So
because a guy like him, and I'm sorry,
and he's like really big and like so you have a lot of more like weight. It's harder when it's like you're a bigger person too and have more weight on you because that's not
he's a big guy, but also the thing about Boogie is Boogie actually lost about 20 pounds. About 20 pounds. Man, this camera's just like completely off center. I gotta fix that. Lost about 20 pounds, and then basically his whole thing is, and as you mentioned about recovering fast and trying to give yourself enough time to recover, Boogie injured his quad in the first round of the playoffs against the Clippers when Pavy and I were covering the series. But he did, I think, in game 2, and then he was out for like a month.
What team was he on?
On the Warriors. Yeah, he was on the Warriors, and he was out for a while. And then after he was out, he came back for the finals with a torn quad. So this season he was already coming back off an Achilles injury, which he came back in a whole year off an Achilles injury. Which is exactly. Yeah. And then he came back, tore his quad. But the reason why he came back off an Achilles injury was because he was up for a contract. And the other team that he was up for a contract, the Pelicans, they offered him an extension, 2 years, $20 million. He turned it down. Last year with the Warriors, he got paid $5 million. This year with the Lakers, he's getting paid $2.5 million. And now he has another, knee injury that could possibly keep him out. And trust me, if Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that he has a knee injury, it's a serious knee injury. It's not like Woj isn't going to report that he injured his knee and write a full ESPN article on it unless it's something where it's like, okay, this might be a very serious injury. And I just think it just speaks to the fact that And I just think that it speaks to the fact that Boogie just didn't give himself enough time to heal.
Yeah, that's the major thing. I mean, he might be trying to be hype off all these trades that been going on and just want to stay relevant in some type of thing. But at the end of the day, like I said, you need to fully heal. You need to take all the time that you need. Why didn't he stay with the Warriors? He just wanted to, like I said, did he have a choice to do that? Or
I don't think he really had a choice. I mean, I don't really think he had a choice. I just think he overstayed his welcome. I think that he did a good job. They brought him there really to kind of help him just add some more depth to their team because their team lacked depth. I keep trying to get this camera right. It's making me so mad. They just lack depth with their team. So they needed him last year for depth at the center position. Okay. Versus this year, they kind of are trying to remake their team a little bit. Not completely rebuild, but just remake it. Pretty much think about 7 to 8 of the players from last year were returned out of a 12 to 15 man roster. So like Boogie's gone, Iggy's gone, KD's gone, Sean Livingston is probably gonna be gone. So the only guys that'll really be left would be like Clay, Steph, Draymond, Kevon Looney, Alfonso McKinney was on the team. I went to high school with him. But yeah, so and Boogie's the whole thing about Boogie was that he signed with the Warriors so that way he could try to get a maximum contract extension. Okay. Which like when you NBA, he was an all-star before he tore his Achilles. So when you're an all-star, you're eligible for like $150, $190, $200 million type of contract if you get it. Mm-hmm. He was up for one of those contracts, and then literally 2 months before the season ended, he tore his Achilles last year. And then basically,
so someone just need to sit him out.
I mean, yeah, you
just need to sit down.
I mean, I feel you. That sound bad, but Boogie might actually just need to sit down.
That's what I mean. He's doing too much.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he might be. I'm not upset at your opinion on it. I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel bad for him because he had the potential to be one of the greatest centers to ever exist.
And I mean, like I said, I feel that when you want to play and you want to get out there and you want to be relevant, you want to make an impact. Like, I get it because. Like I said, I've been hurt before, and it's like a lot of times like teams do depend on you, and they're trying to like base a lot of like plays and stuff around you and stuff like that. So I mean, like I said, I get it, but at the end of the day, like your body has to come first because if you really do want some longevity in these games, you have to take care of yourself. You have to be out and prepare for I feel like you should have prepared for like a bigger comeback rather than just him. Like, oh, I'm ready, and you keep getting hurt because
I just think he saw that max contract money for so long, and he was chasing it for so long that he was just like, I need this max contract, and if I don't get this max contract, I think he would have felt a little bit invalidated. And now, he's never gonna see that. And everybody say Quinn Cook on the Lakers. I don't count Quinn Cook as a key guy. I'm sorry, y'all can be mad at me. Quinn Cook is not a key guy. That's why they let him go. Duh. But. So, moving on from that, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, man.
Oh, it's his birthday.
It's Hussle Man's birthday. Nipsey Hussle would have been 34 today, man. Shout out to Nip Hussle.
R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, man.
Look at her playing.
I didn't mean to.
Y'all hear that? Blame her.
I didn't mean to play.
Mute your iPad first.
I don't know how to do that.
Just hold the button up top. Boom,
okay.
mute.
Teaches me something.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. You got a favorite Nipsey Hussle moment? Actually, how did you first hear about Nipsey Hussle? That's an honest question.
How did I first hear about Nipsey Hussle? My girl Lauren London.
No. Okay.
So, of course, I'm like, I love their whole little love story. I love her anyways. One of my favorite actresses. So, for me, I seen that and was like, okay. And I like how he treated her and, that little thug music. So I was like, let me go ahead and listen to him.
That little thug music.
Come on now.
You like that? You like that ratchet activity?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So when I heard it, when I saw them, I was like, let me hear what he's talking about. And like I said, I like that West Coast vibe. I like his movement. I like everything that he stood for. And, it's still the marathon continues. So he's still standing for it.
Exactly. The marathon continues, man. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. I can't even remember when I first got put on a Nipsey. I low-key think it might have been through the homie Scott Hussle, who's Pavy's manager. Mm-hmm. he always been a huge West Coast fan, even way back when we was all living in Chicago and stuff. And he was I remember when Nip kind of was coming up, and when he was dropping all of them like tapes and stuff, when he was starting to make people pay for them. I remember the homie Scott like talking about him and Dom Kennedy back when Rick Ross was supposedly gonna sign Nipsey Hussle and Dom Kennedy, and he was gonna make like a Maybach Music West or whatever.
Lamar said the marathon continues.
Exactly, yeah, but it never happened. So I got on to him for that. But then once I moved to LA, I just started listening to more West Coast music, more Dom, more Nipsey Hussle, and then I actually started to pay attention to his interviews. Because like as a black entrepreneur, like I've been trying to make businesses since I was like 12.
Yeah.
And everything that he would always talk about would be like black businesses.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Dom Kennedy got a lyric on his mixtape Addicted to Underground where he's like, oh, now y'all want to talk black businesses, come to LA, get your apprenticeship. But like seriously, like a lot, like Nipsey Hussle kind of started that black business revolution for this new generation of whatever.
For sure,
like,
yeah, like keep your wealth in the community and keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously you got Dre and shit like that, and he been like on his other stuff other than music. But Nip was one of those guys that always made it very clear that like black business, black ownership, black empowerment.
Well, and he also made it more simple too, because it's like you see somebody like Dre, so you're just like, oh, he's this, and so of course he's gonna get Beats headphones. Of course he's gonna do this. Like it seemed a little bit more like I guess easier, like or not as obtainable. Yeah, you know what I mean. Whereas Nip was like, I'm here, I'm independent, I'm doing this. Like like I'm not having this label. It's just me. This is what you need to do, and it's not like I'm super flashy about everything. I'm putting everything into my store. I'm gonna put this right here on Sloss, and I'm gonna put it right in the hood, not just have some out here. Like a lot of people don't realize that you're supposed to put it to really make that impact. You're supposed to put it in your community to where like the kids that are in the hood, in the ghetto, that can see like, damn, I can do this. It's like right here, my guy owns this store right here. Like that's cool, rather than they have to go, to Beverly Hills to see a black man own something. They want to see it right in their neighborhood, and that makes more of an impact. Yeah, I like it. It's unfortunate that the neighborhood was, part of the reason why he, ultimately, kind of, wound up, being, tragically murdered. But I will say this: the one thing about Nip is like, even what his brother said, like, I know I made the set proud. Like, yeah, he I mean, even as a black man, like, I won't even lie, I was mad emotional when Nipsey got killed, and I'm not even an emotional dude, but I remember having a conversation with Pavy, and I'm talking to Pavy and the homie Scott, and because I just couldn't understand it, and they was just like, man, like it's just some gang shit, like you just gotta understand that, like it's just some gang shit. I'm like, yeah, but like. He was trying, and like it don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense, but like it really is just some gang shit, and it's unfortunate, But that was who Nip was. Nip represented his thing. He did his thing, but the thing that I always really liked about Nip was that regardless of what he was doing or what he was talking about in terms of what goes on in the streets, he was always a guy that when you saw him in interviews, he was extremely articulate.
Last time that I checked.
He always, when he was talking to interviewers, would talk about books he was reading, talk about articles he was reading, interviews he saw, people he talked to, different things and that sort in terms of conversations and stuff like that. And I think that for me is where I took the value with Nipsey Hussle more than anything. Was because, like I said, as somebody trying to, I've always been trying to do black business, even Little Game, like it's a book that he recommended, which is called, I think it's by Jonah Berger. And if you listen to Nipsey Hussle, you'll hear him mention Jonah Berger. He talked about, he said, I'm Jonah Berger. This ain't black on black crime, but it's fucking murder. They paid $100 for my tape, and it was I forgot what song it was. Yeah. But Jonah Berger is basically like. It was
on like his little mailman thing or whatever.
Mailbox money. Yeah. So he talks about like Jonah Berger is like a data scientist or something like that at like Harvard or one of those schools. And he had a book called, it's called Contagious, and it's called Contagious, Why Things Go Viral. Okay. And the whole book is basically breaking down different aspects and scenarios of like when you're marketing things, why certain things go viral and why certain people catch on to things, right? Okay. And I vividly remember Nipsey talking about it, I think in a Breakfast Club interview or a Big Boy Radio interview or whatever a while back. And basically he was talking about how there's this place in Philadelphia where they have $100 cheesesteak. And in this book, Contagious, Jonah Berger breaks down how like this place having this $100 cheeseburger. I'm sorry, not cheeseburger, $100 Philly cheesesteak in Philadelphia, having this $100 Philly cheesesteak. How them pricing at $100 made like the marketing of it so big that everybody was like, "Yo, we need to have one of these $100 like cheesesteaks." And basically, like the cheesesteak was like the finest of the finest meats, the greatest bread, the greatest cheese, and it was big. So like basically, people would literally be lined up around the block to go and pay for this $100 cheesesteak. But when they would go, it would be like, "All right, cool, I'll go with like 2 friends and we'll split this $100 cheesesteak." But it was like a super exclusive experience. But I even remember when the restaurant first came out. The big conversation around the restaurant was like, who the fuck paying $100? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be clean. Who the hell paying $100 for a cheesesteak? I'm not paying no $100 for no cheesesteak. Like, who the hell paying $100 for a cheesesteak, right? But that is what got the conversation started to be able to allow that business to be able to make that $100 a cheesesteak, because people start talking about it. Like, man, that probably ain't even good. And somebody like, I'm gonna go try it. And they go try it. They're like, oh, that $100 cheesesteak. I mean, shit, they had the Kobe beef on it. It was kind of worth it. And then before you know it, the place caught on, which is like the whole like about the book. Theory, So even like with Hoops and Brews and all this stuff, I used a lot of the knowledge that I got from that book, which I got that book from listening to a Nipsey Hussle interview and me being like, I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, right.
Spreading knowledge to the black community.
Exactly. That's, as a black man, that's something that I've always been like geared towards trying to do, which is like spread knowledge and information, because it's one thing that nobody can ever take away from us, and that's information, as long as we pass it along to each other. And regardless of the internet or whatever, we could be shackled, we could be put in chains, but as long as somebody in them chains knows something that they can distribute to the other person, it's valuable. And that's, kind of how I feel about all of it. So the fact that Nip put a bunch of people on game, regardless of, kind of what he, did in the streets before, he put a lot of people on game, helped a lot of people out, created a lot of opportunities, a lot of jobs, created a brand that will last forever. I think he, obviously he's a cultural icon. It's unfortunate that he had to die.
It's even been for 6 months that he's been gone, which is mad wild.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate he had to die in order for him to kind of hit that next level as an icon. Because even when you think about Pac,
love me while I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. Because when Pac was, alive, everybody loved Pac, and Pac was his universal star. This was Nip's first real year in the center of the spotlight, like nominated for a Grammy, debut album.
That's what I'm saying.
Obviously he had been dating Lauren London for forever, and we knew Nip for dating Lauren London, but we knew Nip for his music and his hustle. That's why Nip.
No, for
Nip
sure.
Hustle,
he been out here doing his thing.
He hit another level. Yeah, so it's unfortunate that now
it's like right when it's like he was peaking. Yeah. It's like he ain't even really get to really peak and really put his full potential that he had. But they just be trying to stop us.
They do, man. So make sure that you go and you spread some knowledge, and don't be selfish with your information. And you should never be selfish with your information, because one day you're gonna be dead, and when you dead, you could have passed that information on to somebody else, and they could have passed it on to somebody else, and they could have passed it on to somebody else, and a bunch of other people could know.
Everybody better be bumping Nipsey Hussle all day today.
Exactly. Yo, so what's up, everybody in the comments, man? We appreciate. Somebody said $100. Oh no, baby. Yeah, exactly. but guess what? You gonna remember the fact that it was a $100 cheesesteak, and that was the point of the whole.
Yeah, if anything, you just got the message. It's like what is it? Bad press is, or all press is good press. Yeah. So it don't matter. So if you ain't buying a cheesecake or a cheesesteak, then you at least heard about it.
Yeah, you have, and that was the point of the book. So shout out to Nip Hussle, man. Boogie towards ACL. Oh, it's over. Yep. Boogie towards ACL. Damn, that's unfortunate, man. That's really unfortunate. Well, it's over for DeMarcus Cousins.
And so, and you said how did he do that?
He was working out.
Overly working out.
Wow.
That don't make no sense.
Damn, he tore his ACL. Yep, he will undergo ACL surgery. So, it's unfortunate, going back to DeMarcus Cousins. Boogie's career is over. I'm gonna pray for him, because obviously, I'm nearing 30. So when I see these young guys get injured, I'm not thinking about
How old is he?
He's like 27, 26. So when I see these young guys tear their ACL, or I see them having the potential to earn hundreds of millions of dollars, and then their dreams get dashed before their very eyes. Shit, that's just as bad as knowing somebody and them getting murdered, before that time. Even speaking of, you know what I mean. So I always feel bad about that. So prayers up for Boogie, man. It's definitely over. But
but he's staying with the Lakers though.
I mean, no.
No,
he's on a 1-year deal, I think.
But what's a max deal? I thought you said that was
no. He was trying to get a max deal.
Oh, so he didn't get that?
No, he did not get a max deal. He was trying to get a max deal 2 years ago when he tore his Achilles. Then after he tore his Achilles, he came back last year. But after he tore his Achilles, and he came back, he played like 50 games or something like that last season. Then he played in the playoffs. Then he tore his quad. After he tore his quad, he came back in the finals, played in the finals. Spent the whole offseason. He lost some weight, been training. Apparently, he just tore his ACL. So it's unfortunate that has happened to DeMarcus.
What if he
Cousins.
makes the greatest recovery ever? You just can't.
He was already a big guy with not much athleticism. He was just big. He had a lot of skill. Now he's literally an ACL down, a torn quad. I don't even know what leg the quad is on. I mean, I'm so like I don't know if his torn ACL is on the same leg as the quad.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you tear your quad and your ACL, and then you got an Achilles tear on the other leg. It's not. Yeah, man. It's. I think it might be over for Boog, man. That's unfortunate, man. Shout out to DeMarcus Cousins.
I believe in him.
Prayers for Boogie Cousins, man. Prayers for Boogie Cousins, man. Damn, that's unfortunate.
It is.
Damn, Boogie.
Someone said Pavy somewhere in hell.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. He's talking about because Boogie's on the Lakers and Pavy talked the whole year about Boogie and the Lakers and stuff like that. So
and LeBron.
Yeah, Boogie and LeBron and AD. So basically now, if you're the Lakers, I guess we can talk about this now. The Lakers I guess the good news for the Lakers is, if you're a Lakers fan, the good news for the Lakers is that the Lakers, re-signed and retained JaVale McGee. They have Anthony Davis. So I think they will be okay. I think
they're gonna be fine.
I mean, I didn't anticipate. Well, I anticipated Boogie might start, but I wasn't 100% sure. I thought that they might run JaVale McGee out there if they wanted him to be.
Ooh, why would he start? Oh, does him and AD play the same position?
Yes,
so why would he start?
Yes, but they played together in New Orleans, and AD prefers to play power forward instead of center, and Boogie is a center.
Yeah,
so like they played.
And then what's LeBron?
LeBron's a small forward, but LeBron is probably going to run point guard this year. I love how you just said that. You're like, well, then what's LeBron? Yes, LeBron is really a power forward masquerading as a small forward.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
But I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It's really unfortunate.
I didn't think all three of them was going to start in that. I don't know. I didn't think Cousins would have been, and he wouldn't have been in the starting.
I mean, Boogie. I mean, regardless if Boogie didn't start or not, or if JaVale McGee started, I mean, he still would have been getting key minutes for the team. And I do think that he would have been able to.
Like he'd have been a nice off the bench, anyways.
That's what I was saying. Pavy was saying that he thought that he should have started. I was saying I thought that he should have come off the bench due to his
health. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He would have been a nice off the bench. I don't know what he was lifting. But
I don't even know how you tear your ACL in the off season. But I mean, I guess he was putting that work in. Like, we always ask for these for these players to put in the work, to grind and go out there and grind. Man was grinding. I'm looking at the Lakers roster right now, and what the heck? Oh, okay, hold on one second. According to the Lakers roster, their depth chart, Boogie was at number 1. So for the Lakers in terms of size going forward, this is actually a devastating injury for them. It's a devastating injury for them because the depth that you had at power forward center was Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, JaVale McGee, and then Jared Dudley. Jared Dudley is like 6'7", not really a center, not really a power forward. He's just older, slower, has been playing that position, so that's what he's been doing. Now that Boogie's gone, that means JaVale McGee slides up to there, and the Lakers now have no depth off the bench in terms of their who's going to be playing center for them. So this is a huge issue for them. Man, that's a really, really unfortunate injury for the Lakers.
So what, they don't have they bench ain't thick or something?
No, like Boogie was supposed to be the starter, which made the bench depth, better. I mean, they have a lot of bench depth, but their bench depth, no one on their bench is taller than 7 feet tall now. No one
what?
No one on the Lakers bench now that DeMarcus Cousins is hurt is over 7 feet tall. No one on the Lakers bench now DeMarcus Cousins is hurt. With the exception,
DeMarcus Cousins was 7 foot.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. 6'11", 7 feet. 7 feet.
Oh, okay.
Kostas, who's Giannis's younger brother, is like 6'10", but he's in his second year. He's not going to play any minutes. So the Lakers don't have anybody that's over 6'7" coming off their bench anymore, which is not good. The whole time I've been hearing from Pavy all offseason is about the Lakers' depth, and they're gonna be a deep team. They're gonna be able to out rebound the Clippers. They're gonna be able to hang with the Clippers and rebound with the Clippers with Boogie. They're not gonna be able to do that anymore. Literally, they're not gonna be able to do that anymore. Now that Boogie is injured, you have no depth off this bench. If I'm Rob Pelinka, I'm on the phone right now with who I don't even know who they can get right now. Who's still available?
You just a Laker hater, huh?
No. I literally just said if I'm the Lakers GM, I'm on the phone right now with whoever's I can sign at center to come off my bench.
Okay.
It's not about me. I'm not a Lakers hater actually. I root for Lonzo Ball. I don't like LeBron, so you will never see me root.
LeBron hater.
You will never see me root for a LeBron James team.
What?
Never. Let me see how many free agents are left. Let me see. About to look up the remaining free agents. All right, so the remaining free agents that are still unsigned are centers. I'm still looking at centers. I mean, Marquise Chris is unrestricted. I mean, they could try to go and get him if they want to. I mean, he's a young guy. They could. Noah. Lakers should go sign Joakim Noah. Go sign Noah.
Hey,
Lakers.
fire.
Literally.
Yeah, I like Joakim.
No, Rob Pelinka. Listen to me. Look at me. I'm not the captain. You still the captain, but look at me. Go sign Joakim Noah. Go sign him. Perfect big man off the bench. He can pass. He can distribute. He can defend. He'll give you a solid 7-7 off the bench, which is what JaVale McGee would have gave you. JaVale in the starting lineup, whatever. And I think Joakim Noah is a fiery guy, playoff experience, been to the Eastern Conference Finals a bunch of times. Rob Pelinka, go sign Joakim Noah.
Y'all need to send that little clip everywhere so then see if it makes it happen. Y'all want to see the Lakers win. I do. I want to see that.
Let's see. Pavy's texting me. He said, call me in. Bro, I can't call you in right now.
You got to call yourself
Actually,
in.
I can't call him in. Hold on. About to call Pavy in right now. Hold on. There we go. Pavy's calling in right now.
Man, what the fuck? Man.
Pavy, you're live on the Morning Brew. Talk to the people.
So look, I'm at my dad's house.
Hey,
I'm asleep. I go to sleep at 3 a.m. I'm asleep. I wake up. I see Boogie has a knee injury. I'm like, oh, he probably sprained his knee. He'll be all right. Go back to sleep. Wake back up. I see the group text. Tore his ACL. Come on, G.
Come on, fam. How?
Come on, bro. Like, first of all, prayers up for Boogie. That sucks. Honestly, at this point.
It's over.
With his weight, like, I don't want. He might have to retire at this point. Like, that's you got 3 major injuries pretty much in like 18 months.
Yep.
At this point.
Yep.
I mean, and what I mean, we don't know what side the ACL is on yet, do we?
No, but I don't think it matters. One knee got a torn quad. Knee got.
It don't it don't really matter. Like, you had the Achilles, then you had the quad, then you had the knee, and a lot of it's probably because you're coming back too soon. Honestly.
That's what I said.
Did you hear have you been watching the show?
I literally just woke up.
Oh, well, Shaynna literally said about 20 minutes ago, because we were talking about leg injuries, and she was saying that he needed more time to recover, and she said she didn't think he took the proper time to recover.
Good take. You're correct.
Not at all. I don't feel like that. It makes no sense that he hurt himself this badly in the off season. Like, why? I don't understand.
Like, I mean, because all of it connects. Like, even I was watching Victor Oladipo's vlog last night. I just want to see, like, because I was watching some Pacers Bulls game from last year, and I'm like, man, I don't know if he's gonna look like that no more. And if you look at Oladipo's scar, it's really like right on his knee. and like he tore his quad, but it's not like the same type of quad injury that Boogie had, but still, it's like the quad connects to your knee. So he probably shouldn't have played on the quad. I understand why he did it, because obviously, you know, you want to try to get a deal, you want to show that, you know, I can play. But I don't think he did himself any favors by playing on the quad. And then he's trying to lose weight. He probably didn't take a time to rest after the season. He probably like jumped straight into, you know, all season training, trying to get ready. And I even saw Bro playing like some scrimmages. I think some highlights of him playing some scrimmages, right?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think that's how he. Supposedly he did it in the gym today, so I'm assuming he was playing.
I mean, yeah.
Which is also why I don't like these dudes all the time in these gyms playing these scrimmages against other people in the off season when they coming off injury.
You gotta
take some time off.
Protect your investment, which is your body.
Literally. Why I don't understand why Boogie wasn't just like training and getting his conditioning right, and then wait until 6 to 8 months before the season to start really getting back in the gym and training heavily.
6 to 8 weeks.
Huh?
You mean 6 to 8 weeks?
I'm sorry. A good 6 to 8 weeks. I feel like he probably immediately after the finals was like, man, I got to get in better shape so that way I can get a contract, and just kept going full strength. It's like, bro, you have to give your body some time to retire. Somebody said he was playing in flip-flops. I don't believe that.
Stop.
Somebody said it in the chat room.
No. If you look at the video, when they was in the Bahamas, he was shooting in flip-flops.
Bro.
Now, Grant, they was just shooting.
That's some junk I do, but not. You can't be doing that.
Him, John Wall, Draymond Green, and like I think Beasley, or somebody.
Wow.
And like they was in the Bahamas just like shooting or whatever. Really, it was like Boogie shooting against somebody else. He was in flip-flops. I saw that. I was like, I don't think you should really be walking around in flip-flops. But I mean, what do I know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, that sucks for the Lakers. They're like severely kind of puts a damper on their chances. Like Boogie was one of the reasons why I thought that they would be so good as a basketball team.
Why?
No. But listen, Shaynna. What was I literally telling you?
Yeah.
I was like, after this, go back and rewatch the stream 10 minutes before you called in. But go ahead, continue, because I was talking to her about the depth as well.
Nah, I mean, that sucks. I mean, look, I think they don't want to do it, but they should probably actually give Dwight a call now. They should probably actually go give Dwight Howard a call. I think he's still a free agent. Because one, they need depth at center. And two, with Boogie, it wasn't just about the fact that, he's deaf. It's like I was assuming he could still at least come out there and give you 16 and 10, even off the bench, because he's still talented. I mean, last year,
I said call, I'm sorry, Joakim Noah.
Somebody.
Anybody at this point?
Somebody. Because AD don't want to play center, and also AD can't really bang with centers either. Let's say some miraculous reason they do make the finals. AD can't guard Embiid if Embiid is there. He can't even be a body for Embiid. If he does, it's going to severely take away him offensively, because he's going to be too tired to do anything on the offensive end, because he got to deal with Embiid if Embiid don't decide he want to be Kyrie and dribble all day.
Yeah, and also, even with that being said, I mean, when you think about it, I was just talking to Shaynna before you called in about it, and I got a fresh pot brewing. That's why it's so loud. The Lakers have no one on their roster over 6'10" outside of their starting lineup, other than Giannis's little brother, who was a rookie last year and didn't play.
Yeah.
It's AD, JaVale McGee, and nobody else over 6'10", and LeBron. I mean, but LeBron is the starting point guard.
Yeah, I mean, Kuzma might be 6'9", but see, that's not open.
No, it's not open. No, you know what I mean. I'm talking about big bodies that can get down there and bang and rebound.
They don't really have any. There's not any real intimidating presences.
But this is what But Pavy, this is what I've been talking to you about all season long. I mean, all off season long. When you mentioned DeMarcus and you was mentioning Boogie, and I was like, yo.
I mean, come on, I ain't think that man's gonna tear his ACL before the season starts, G. Before the season starts, G.
Yeah.
We in August, bro. He tore his ACL hooping. I mean, I'm assuming he was hooping. Not to say that I hope he was hooping, but I hope it wasn't he on a machine and tore his ACL.
I don't think I have never heard of an athlete just being randomly on a random machine tearing his ACL. I'm sure he was playing. I just hope that man wasn't playing it on flip flops.
What type of I just want to know what type of scrimmage was you playing that you was going that hard to tear your ACL?
I mean, she had the same. I mean, she had the same shit.
That's actually where you'll hurt yourself the most, just playing around and doing something like that. I promise you. That's where I always hurt myself at. Like, you might get hurt, like, hard in the game, but then after that, like, to keep re-injuring yourself, it's always in some like, scrimmages or just playing around or not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
It makes sense. But that's super. I literally wake up, see Tony. I'm like, come on, G. I almost threw my phone out, but I'm like, come on, G.
Yeah, you also know what that means, right?
What?
That means that the Clippers are now the best team in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, yeah. I mean, yeah. Unless, you know, by some, we don't know how PG's shoulder's gonna heal. Obviously, Kawhi had his questions, but I mean, yeah, like one of the reasons why I thought they had a huge advantage against the Clippers, at least down low. But now one of the advantages is not gonna play this year. He's not playing this year. He's not coming back this year.
Yeah, I mean, no. You know, Shaynna said Boogie should take a couple years off and try to come back in a few years.
If he take a couple years off, I don't know if he get a deal though.
I mean, he gonna be coming back like literally in the last 12 months. I've been seeing all his tweets: ACL, Achilles, and quad.
I mean, he not gonna get no deal if he just stay and he injured like that.
He keep getting hurt.
You got a point.
So I mean, you might as well. I mean, take at least 2 to come back and be stronger and prove that rather than, I mean, what you want longevity, you can get that deal. You never know.
It did not at all.
Oh no. Boogie's 29. So yeah, actually I'm only a couple months older than Boogie, so that make it even worse.
Yeah.
Because I know he been looking for that deal. He's never gonna see that deal. It's over. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
So then now it's like if you ain't gonna get that deal, now you gotta start thinking about, like, do you still want to play? You still want to be some type of impact or be somebody for real, because you play right now and just keep playing and just keep hurting yourself. You just gonna, you know, shorten your career for real.
Boogie is honestly, this might be one of the most tragic athlete injury stories. This is gonna be another one of those. Honestly, if you look at it, it's unfortunate, but it's literally gonna be that way. Like that's yeah.
Nah, kids will never kids will never know about who DeMarcus Cousins is.
Yeah.
Like, they will not know. Like he was on track
to be one of the greatest.
He was on track for a Hall of Fame career. Now, I don't know what ballot, but he was on track for a definite Hall of Fame career. And now he's probably going to end up not even seeing nowhere near the Hall of Fame. He's like a 3-time All-Star?
Well, okay. He's a 4-time All-Star. He's been to the finals. He's 2-time All-NBA. He's All-Rookie team. And his career averages are 21 and 10. 21, 10.9, and 3.2 assists with a PER of 22.4.
He's not getting in. He'll just miss it. He's not getting in.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like super unfortunate because you gotta think about with the Pelicans, they offered him $20 million.
Well, you know what? I mean, hey, I'm not gonna say that the
Pelicans offered him what?
He might get in. He might. And now don't get me wrong. It's a very slim chance, but he does have 12,000 points for his career. He has 1,800 assists, 6,100 rebounds, and almost 700 blocks.
Nah, bro, Amari not getting in.
Yeah. Okay. True. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
And you could argue Amari had a better career than Boogie. Amari probably not gonna get in.
I don't think Amari had a better career than Boogie.
It's debatable though. You gotta think about it. It's not like.
I mean, well, Amari scored 3,000 more, well, almost 4,000 more points than Boogie, and has 400 more blocks. But Boogie has 800 more assists and I think they're about even in rebounds. In total rebounds for their career, they're about even. They're literally about even. Like Amari is at 60. Amari is at 6,600 rebounds. Boogie is at 6,100 rebounds.
Who's Amari?
So Amari is marginally better in terms of the totals. Amari Stoudemire.
Oh, okay.
Amari is marginally better than Boogie. You're right though. And Amari Stoudemire was also a 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man.
I mean, yeah, the Pelicans after he tore his Achilles, the Pelicans offered him $20 million. I think it was like $20 million with a team, or was it the player option?
Yeah, I mean he could have. I don't know why he didn't.
Because he thought thought that he was worth. I understand the thinking, but I also think that when you coming off an injury like that, you kind of gotta take the money, bro. Now I understand why, but you kind of gotta take the money and you could, if you come back and you play great, and you can still play your way into a bigger contract. He thought he was gonna rehab, go to the Warriors, run through everybody, and because he ran through everybody, he was playing with the Warriors. He was gonna get a crazy deal because maybe some of your weaknesses wouldn't show up because you on the Warriors.
Yeah.
Did not go right.
Yep, not at all. So, what do you think? So, what are your next moves for the Lakers? What are your next, if you're the Lakers now, what are your next 3 moves, and how do you think this affects their chances of being a top 4 seed?
I mean, I'm with you. I mean, I think you got to go out there and look at guys like Noah. I mean, they're not going to want to give Dwight a call, but I mean, at this point,
I don't think they're going to give Dwight a call.
They not going to give Dwight a call because of, Dwight kind of really burned bridges here in LA. But
that's what I was saying.
But I really think Dwight could actually help. Like, it's not like Dwight can't play basketball no more. When Dwight is on the court, he still gives you a double-double. And Dwight also isn't that old. Like, he's like 33 right now, right, I think.
And how old is Joakim Noah?
34.
Probably like the same age.
They around the same?
Yeah.
I don't know. Joakim seemed like he played younger to me. Right over Dwight.
It's because the white back been messed up.
Yeah, okay, so
it's... I mean, did you see what Tibbs did to Noah?
Yeah, but I saw what Joakim Noah looked like last year. We didn't see Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard had more scandals than he had playing time last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he seemed like he out. That's the way it seems. I didn't even know he really still playing.
Yeah.
I think I look at like the big market, and I'm with you. Like, call up Noah, see if you can get something for Noah. You can't really make a trade anymore because you traded pretty much every asset that you have. So making a trade ain't possible because you ain't got no picks no more. So that's not possible. So I think you gotta I'm with you. Look at Noah. I would have to see a list of all free agents that are still available. I don't have one in front of me right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a big. Like, you have to get you another big now.
Yeah.
Preferably a veteran. You don't want nobody who hasn't been in certain situations before, which is why I wouldn't mind a Noah. Like, Noah's been in pretty much, for the most part, every basketball situation possible besides the NBA Finals. And, he wouldn't be shocked by anything. He's a quality veteran. And I think he would be good for the locker room, too.
Yeah, I mean...
You think who would be good for the locker room?
Noah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's mad unfortunate. It really is. Somebody said Kenneth Fareed. Ain't Fareed,
I thought he was still on the Rockets.
Yeah. Fareed's still on the Rockets.
I think. When I looked at the roster, he was still on there, but I know he was on a 1-year deal. It would make sense for the Rockets to sign him, but I still don't know why he didn't play in the playoffs.
People are saying Nene, Greg Monroe. They naming people.
Nene got signed.
For real? By who?
Yeah, I think so.
By who?
Nene got a 1-year deal from somebody, I think.
He might have been the Rockets.
No, it wasn't. He left the Rockets.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
The Rockets signed Tyson.
Oh, okay.
Greg Monroe, no. Like, Greg Monroe get pulverized in the paint,
Yeah, man. No. Nene ain't signed with nobody. He's still a free agent.
Yeah, Nene would be somebody you can sign.
Yeah.
Nene, Noah. I mean, those are guys you gotta look at now.
Oh, shit. Shout out to the homie Oliver. Oliver donated. Yo, Oliver, thank you, bro. We appreciate you. How you doing, man? Huh?
Your sports.
Oh, yeah, no, I do need that marker, though, if you can hand it to me. Yo, we got a donation from Oliver, Pavy. Shout out to the homie Oliver. We appreciate the donation, Brody. You get to go on the wall again. So, Pavy, we also been talking about, neighborhood Nip Hussle. We talked about him earlier. Talk to the people, how you feel about Nip. Yeah.
For one, the whole thing is just an unfortunate situation. I had watched Boosie's interview when he did with Vlad. He just kept saying things, hypnotized with hatred.
Yeah.
And dude was really just like, yo, like, I'm not going. And y'all call me this, so I'm so mad y'all call me this, and that, like, I can't come around here no more, that I'm gonna just take away, like, the biggest thing y'all got, take them off earth, which is, like, so crazy. And, like, it's just unfortunate, man, because I feel like he has so much more to do. Because I mean, you got to think that, like, I feel like, I mean, we all knew Nipsey, but I feel like Nipsey was just getting to the point where it's like the general public knew who Nipsey was.
Yeah, he was definitely getting nationalized. Felt like he was hitting his peak.
Yeah, so I feel like he had so much more work to do, and also so much more music to give us. I mean, at the core of it, he's still an artist, and so much more music to give us. He was getting better at making music.
Yeah, he was. He was actually mixing his music. The craziest part is he never mixed none of it.
He never mixed his music before, so he was actually like, mixing his music, taking it upon himself to, become a better rapper and become a better artist, and also become a better human being. Obviously, he's turning he was 33 when he died, turning 34. So he was definitely somebody that could have been a voice within the community for years and years and years and years and years to come, and also a voice that people will actually listen to, which is important. Because you got a lot of people who can be voices but can't relate to the people that need to be talked to the most. And I think that Nipsey had the ability to be able to relate to the people that needed to be talked to the most, because he came from where they came from, did some of the things that they've done, but always had another vision, and there was another method behind it. Like, just doing that wasn't the end all be all. For some people, where it's like being in the streets is like all they know, and they don't want to do nothing else at all.
Yeah,
it was like, I'm doing this.
Lamar said Nipsey was about to put out a documentary with Dr. Sebi.
That's not the reason why he died. Lamar, stop, G. Stop, G. Lamar, stop.
No, he said he was just trying to be good and trying to help.
I was about to say, G, come on, Lamar.
No, but I heard Nick Cannon was going to actually produce that, though, still for Nip, like, not just let it go under of what he's doing, because again, he's just trying to reach the community in all aspects. So I do think he was doing so much good. He had a lot going for him just in all avenues. That's what I was like. But they said they shutting down to the Marathon store, and it's just and stuff just gonna be online and stuff.
Yeah, but they building a tower.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the store itself, it's just like an novelty in that way.
That store is a national monument now, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, it really is.
Nah, for real. The store is a national monument now, which is why like they can't open it, because people come there to want to, basically, show their praises and appreciation for Nip. And, when they do that, it doesn't really open up and leave the opportunity for people to patronize the businesses, because they're coming there to, leave candles and flowers and stuff. So I think the one thing his death will do is make sure that, that district, that Crenshaw district that he, reps so heavily, will be taken care of, and that it will always have attention on it, if that makes sense. Like even Pac's death, I feel like Pac's death brought a new light to like the LA community, if that makes sense. Like I knew about Hollywood, but I didn't really know, like, I feel like Pac and Dre and Snoop during that generation made LA like famous and a thing, and I feel like Nipsey is gonna make that Slauson, Crenshaw district a thing, even after he has passed. But yeah, go ahead.
The thing about I feel like the riots is actually the first thing that made you think about LA as a community, was like the LA riots. Honestly.
See, for me, I was still too young to remember that. I only remember memories of that. I'm talking about, like, in actuality, like, hearing it as it happens. Like, I remember seeing the Rodney King footage, but I don't remember the riots specifically when I was younger, if that makes sense.
See, I don't remember Pac's death when I was younger.
I remember Pac's death. I remember when he died.
Yeah,
I don't remember the exact day, but I do remember hearing about him dying when I was a kid. And it like affecting me because I used to watch him on the box.
Yeah, see, I didn't know who Pac was when I was young. I didn't realize who Pac and Biggie was like 1999, honestly.
Yeah, see.
I didn't know who they was when I was young, because I ain't had no like brothers and sisters. I was like 5. I didn't know who that was. So for me, the Nipsey thing is like I can see how people probably felt back then, and also like that thing really sucks, because it's something that that's something that everybody who wants to do anything in their community has to look at. It's like, like, when you come back around and you do things, it's like you think everybody loves you, but there's always one person who may not feel the exact same way as everybody else. So it's also kind of like scary for anybody else who want to like do some of those things that he did. Yeah. In my opinion, at least.
Yeah, it makes people stay. It makes people stay in the box, in the bubble that society wants you in. The man wants you in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it does, but that's also the thing about it. Is like if you motivated by fear to not want to do good in your community, then you won't. Then you was never gonna do nothing anyways. You know what I mean? Like even a guy like Chance, like we come from where Chance come from. We know the type of individuals that you have to deal with coming from that space and all of that. And how like grimy and dirty Chicago can be. I mean, I remember when the NBA players was getting robbed in Chicago and stuff at one point in time. So even a guy like Chance, I mean, I'm sure he's had to, kind of be a little bit more cognizant of his movements and how he does. But also, I think, part of that comes with, as I said, if you had a fear for that already, you really weren't gonna never do nothing with it anyway. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, so R.I.P. Nip Hussle. But what I do want to talk about next is actually this Jay-Z Colin Kaepernick thing, because Pavy, we actually haven't had a chance to talk about this deal because it happened yesterday morning when it was announced, I think, and we didn't do the morning brew yesterday, or we didn't do a happy hour because we had to travel back to Chicago. So let's talk about this Jay-Z partnership. Jay-Z has partnered with the NFL to basically help them build a social justice arm. A lot of people are
outraged, mad.
Are outraged and upset about it because of the fact that Colin Kaepernick still does not have a job. And although this partnership is going to probably be more beneficial for the community, a lot of people feel as though Jay-Z sold out Colin Kaepernick in exchange for the potential to make money on the back end. And I won't lie, it's the first move by Jay-Z where I think a lot of people forget that like Jay-Z was a drug dealer. You know what I mean? So he's a shrewd motherfucker, okay? He's not some nice, sweet guy that, you know what I mean? Just because you call him Uncle Hove now and he got fucking dreadlocks, that don't mean that he ain't still a shrewd businessman. He's still a very extremely shrewd businessman. And although I understand, partnering with the NFL to make that happen, it's a business move to me more than it is about a community move.
You think so?
Yeah. Last year, when he declined to do the Super Bowl because of the Colin Kaepernick thing, very stand-up thing. But you close this partnership. Supposedly, Colin Kaepernick did not have no idea about this partnership or that it was coming or anything along those lines. And basically, Jay-Z went out and did it. Mm-hmm. He referenced Colin Kaepernick in his statements, but Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a job because he's been blackballed by the NFL at this point, and he still cannot get a job, even though Pavy and I, we talked about it on the last episode of the Morning Brew, or at least 2 episodes ago where we showed a clip of him. He's still ready. He still works out. He's still doing his thing. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts, Pavy, about this whole Jay-Z situation? Go ahead. Talk to the people.
I mean, for one, I can understand why people think they should be outraged, but for me, I mean, yes, I agree with you. It's probably more of a business move, like a move for the community. But for one, who do we think that if anybody can go at least talk to Roger Goodell, bring us some social issues that black people may go through, is Jay-Z, somebody with the power and influence of Jay-Z. I don't have an issue with him doing a business deal. Also, with the Colin Kaepernick thing, I would maybe feel a different way if Kaepernick didn't receive the settlement he received in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, he did get but he still doesn't have a job though. I think the settlement and the thing that everybody's saying is like the whole point of it was that he sued them because they colluded against him to not give him a job. So even though he got paid, he's still a young man in physical condition. There's still players that are on rosters that aren't as good as him, mm-hmm. and he's still not playing.
But you don't think that he gonna have it like it's not like it's business, but it's also like now I'm in there to maybe make the moves to the chess moves to get Kaepernick back into the league. Mm-hmm. Like you don't think that could happen? Like, I mean, some people like you got to do chess moves it seems like he's just partnering with these the NFL slave owners. And they feel like, oh, okay, he's just selling out. And then it's like, boom, I made myself such like an impact in this league now, and I have so much power in it. I can make...
Pavy, mute whatever you got on in the background that's loud. But no, I feel you. Or if you want on speaker, take us off speaker. But I feel you. But the thing about it is, that's cool if it's a chess move. If you're doing it with Colin Kaepernick, if you're just doing it at the expense of Colin Kaepernick without doing it with him, then it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, sometimes he might, be talking to him, but I feel like he ain't. He's got to do.
Colin Kaepernick's people have said that he had that he hadn't been reached out and that it hasn't been and that it hadn't been discussed with him.
Again, that's a chess move. I can't. Like, they not gonna let me in if I'm partnering with you and I'm going all gung ho with you. I have to maybe I gotta get in here this way.
But then then I'm cool with that. But don't mention my name to help sell your deal through and try to make it seem like your deal is about good publicity. Don't say that I started the revolution and you're gonna continue it through a paid partnership with your company to bring social justice reform with the NFL, who's a league that colluded against me for protesting and utilizing my right as an American, for me not to be able to participate in that union, which I collectively bargained to be a part of, and I am a part of the association. I don't know, man. I feel like that Jay-Z, it's a little sticky. Go ahead, Pav.
I mean, I didn't really have an issue with that statement. Like, I mean, basically what he was saying was like, yeah, you started the work, and it's like, okay, yeah, like we kneeling, but okay, like what comes next? What's the next step? That's basically what he was saying, and that part I understood. Like, okay, yeah, what's the next step? Like, Cap has got his point across. Literally, I go to a sporting event and I hear the anthem however many times, and it will never sound the same to me. The anthem, I will never respect or salute the anthem the way that I salute the anthem. Like, Cap put that in my mind forever, but there has to be a next step after that. Like, what are we gonna do next? So Jay can come in and actually, look, is he gonna be able to change a multitude of things? Who knows? But I'm just saying, somebody if anybody can do anything, is somebody with the power and influence that Jay-Z has. Like one thing that's wrong with black people in this country is we don't have that many Jay-Z's. It's like 2 of them.
Okay.
Because of the history of us in this country, like we got to create more Jay-Z's. When you create more Jay-Z's, then things will get better for us because we have more people to make things better for us. That's why, Jews are the way. People say Jews are where they are. Why? Because they the ones with the money. And when you know ones with money, it can get better for other people who don't even have the money. So it's nobody. So if he can't at least sit down, have a conversation, and at least talk to the man and put something in the man's mind. Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like, you can't come in with Kaepernick and sit down with these people. They don't want it. They already see what Kaepernick doing. They, he's already has his agenda and they pushing that off. He is, at least he mentioned it. At least he did it. I feel like I'm not mad that he mentioned his name. I mean, at least you're putting on that, I do stand for what he stands for too. He's got to make his business moves and he's got to get in how he has to get in. But it's like, I ain't forgot about him, or at least I'm saying that. And like I said, we'll see. But I agree with Pappy. I feel like he's going person that can actually make an impact and at least have more black people following him, at least bring more awareness to certain things on a higher level. Jay-Z can get into a lot more doors than a lot of other people, so and actually make something happen and has the wealth to make things happen.
And again, I would feel worse for Kaepernick if he wasn't taken care of. You got, what was the settlement, TPJ,
It was $60 million.
Exactly. You got a $60 million settlement. Now, granted, I understand you want to play football. That has nothing to do with playing football. But my thing is this. It's not like you out there, you can't play football, and you left in the cold, you on the street.
Yeah.
You got a $60 million settlement. I will feel you won. You took the NFL to court, and you won. You got a $60 million settlement. Now, granted, I understand. That's not you playing football. That may be still something you want to do, but it ain't like your family can't eat because of what you did. It's some people that spoke out against things and their family literally can't eat because they spoke out against things.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, one second. No, never mind. What? Supposedly, him and Eric Reed only got $10 million. That their settlement could be less than $10 million.
Oh, not
okay,
60?
well, that's unfortunate.
But also, I see something that said that he pocketed $80 million. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they said it's $10 million.
Regardless, you got some money out of settlement. I would like to have $10 million. And
this makes this Jay-Z thing real.
Hold on. I'll see what Kaepernick says. People talk about this. He opted out.
Okay.
He had a deal with the Niners. It was a player option, and he decided to opt out of that deal.
All right. That's what I'm saying. He has a great movement going on for sure.
Yeah,
his whole team, his girl, like they have a great movement going on. And so I do feel like there has to be a next step, and there has to be like, well, let me put, like, the NFL is all, you know who they all owned by. It's like Jay-Z getting in there is making it like
it's making it good for Jay-Z.
Hey, black people winning. That's all I care about.
Come on, man.
You don't think making it good for Jay-Z can make it good for the next person who at least looks like Jay-Z?
That's what I'm saying.
And
like,
wants to do some of the same things?
I'm not saying that that's untrue. But I'm just saying, if we're going to talk about Hove and we're going to talk about the real intentions, if the real intention was to prove a point and to bring this reform, then you don't do that by piggybacking and making your PR campaign about this guy when this guy is still not going to be taken care of at the level at which he want to play. His thing was not about money. It was about a job. It's about a job. Jobs. So yeah, Jay-Z might help the future Colin Kaepernick, but guess what? If you don't want to stand for the national anthem, you stay in the locker room now. They already pretty much solved all. I mean, Eric Reed is still kneeling on the sidelines, which is wild. But which is wild because like he really, I respect him because his career is on the line and he still keep kneeling. They still keep testing him, trying to get him dropped dirty. He ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I think the Jay-Z thing it rubs me the wrong way. I think the idea was there, but I think, like, as I said before, motherfuckers forgot he used to sell drugs, and he is a shrewd businessman, and that's what shrewd businessmen do. They make business decisions, and this was a business decision to be able to get him closer to the NFL, to be able to get his company closer. It's including the fact that we got to forget that Roc Nation has a sports division. They have sports agency. Mm-hmm. So what does that do if you Jay-Z and you got a closer relationship with the NFL now? That puts you in front of more NFL players and athletes to be able to sign for your agency and for your company. So like I said, I'm cool if we want to just act like Jay-Z's doing, a good business deal. Fine. But don't paint this as like he's doing some community service. This ain't no fucking community service. It's not no community service. It's a strategic partnership to make the NFL look better and give motherfuckers like me who stopped participating in watching the NFL for the past few years to come back and watch it because now Jay-Z is partnering with the NFL and everything is all right. This social justice is right because we partner with Jay-Z. It's like Trump tweeting ASAP Rocky shit just so that way we can be like, oh, Trump's not that bad.
Oliver said something else.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I feel you. But at the same time, I don't have an issue with them doing it. It was a business deal that made sense for both sides, but also within this business deal, good things can come from this business deal. For instance, you said, okay, he's getting put in front of, more athletes now. Well, it's a whole bunch of black athletes who got a lot of issues with owners who can't get paid and they feel like they should get paid for it. Maybe him being in the face of the NFL, being around some people, can at least help them get their money. Something. But yes, it is a business deal that makes sense for him. It's a quote-unquote selfish move. Yes, I agree, but I don't have an issue with it.
All right, cool. So go ahead. Can you read Oliver's comment if you can read off the screen as well?
No, I can read it right
in here. Make sure you show him his card. Let him know he donated. Shout out to you, Oliver.
Kenya. He can be in this one too.
Oh, hold on one second.
How about this?
We're gonna go to Shaynna Cam. Go ahead. Yeah, shout out to Oliver.
Yeah,
we appreciate you.
He said,